Hi everyone, and welcome to another pro user interview. My name's Kevin Lee, product educator for New Zenler, and we're running a whole series of pro user interviews to find out a little bit more on who's using Zenler, how they're using it, how they're servicing their clients, and how we can make the same platform look so awesome in so many different ways. So on this particular pro interview, I've got Cheri with me. So Cheri, hi, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
You're very welcome indeed. So for people that are watching this, they may not know who you are. Do you want to just give us a brief introduction as to who you are, where you're based, and what your business is, please?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm an animal communicator and pet medium, and I mainly help grieving pet parents heal and find peace after the passing of their pet. And of course, I help with all kinds of issues, behavioral issues, and anything else that an animal communicator might work with. I also teach other animal communicators. I help empower animal communicators and animal guardians to connect with their pets through a variety of spiritual tools. So everyone has the ability to communicate with their animals. It's just not awakened, they have not awakened to the fact that they can do this. And so I like to empower people to learn how to connect with their animals. And, animals communicate in a variety of ways. So not only, can you hear them or see images, but, anyway, that's what I teach in my courses. So,
Excellent. So how, I always ask this same question because it fascinates me to know how people got to do what they do and also teach it to other people, because we don't leave school and go. So for me, I never left school and went, I want to be a digital marketing expert or run a digital marketing agency. It was never on my radar. So I had this whole pathway that got me to where I am. So I always ask the same question. How did you get to the point in your life where you said, right, I'm now an animal communicator, that's my business, that's what I do, and this is the type of people that I help and train?
yeah, it's been a long journey, to get to this point. And the first time I watched an animal communicator on Japanese TV, I was like, oh my gosh, how wonderful would that be? Dr. Doolittle. We all watched Dr. Doolittle when we were younger, and that was one of my dreams, was to be able to communicate with animals. And I was really interested in it. I started to take courses, and I just realized one day it just clicked. It's like, oh my gosh, all the pets I've had, I've been communicating with them all along. I just thought I was reading their body language, or I was just somehow able to understand, dog language, but it wasn't. There were things that things that I would get messages from the animals, but I would hear the animal speak to me, and I just clicked that, oh, they were sending me those messages. It was not body language because they weren't even in the room.
Hmm.
So I got confirmation time and time again from the animals that what I was experiencing was real. And like I said, we all have this ability, we just don't realize it. And so it has been a long journey, and I've been a professional animal communicator for about 8 years. And what really clicked was, oh my gosh, I've always been able to communicate with animals. And so that's what I like to, help other people understand. It's not, you don't have to be born with a special gift. You already have this innate ability within you to be able to, communicate via telepathy. We all have it. It's a lot of people have experienced it. For example, with the phone rings and it's like, oh, that's my mom. It's like, how would you know that? You just get that sense, oh, it's my mom. And you pick up the phone and it's your mom. Well, this is telepathy. And so how to strengthen, your innate ability, this is what I teach in, my courses.
Excellent. So, and it's really, this is not a common business. I've not come across somebody doing this before. I've come across animal healers and things like that, but I've not come across someone that does what you do. So I'm really quite excited to see a little bit more about what your world entails. So you've got to a point where you've got some courses. When I spoke to you before the interview, you said, "Yeah, I've got some people in. I'm just starting on the marketing process for what I'm doing," which is cool. So you're using Zenler as a platform. How did you come across Zenler?
Oh my gosh, I was recommended by another acquaintance who uses Zenler. And I was just looking for a place to host my courses. And she says, I was looking at other places, Teachable, and, they've got Thinkific, other choices out there. And she said, don't even bother. Just come, straight to Zenler. It's got everything. It's got the email. You don't even need MailChimp. It's got a blog and the community section, which is, ongoing improvement. Everything's being improved. But so I said, okay, I'll try it out, and went for the free plan. And the tutorials really, were very helpful. They were straightforward. I just went through them one by one by one, and I learned how to upload everything, for my courses. And at that time, I actually had my website on Weebly.
Okay.
And so I had a little bit of knowledge about, the blocks and doing the tech part of things, just a little bit, very basic. So once I got my courses up there, I thought, oh my gosh, this is it's just wonderful. It's really easy to use. There's so much support, and the tutorials are it's great because you've got that quick start, and then you've got the in-depth section, which is really helpful. So what I did is I moved my website over as well. And I haven't looked back, and I haven't regretted moving everything over. It's been a really smooth experience. And the few questions I have had, support has just been, very responsive and very quick to get back to me. Usually within 24 hours, I've had an answer, and everyone's been so patient. So I really appreciate that. Even if it's like, you don't understand. This is what I'm trying to do. And it's like I always get a patient reply. It's like, okay, here are the steps 1, 2, and 3, and I go through. It's like it worked.
Excellent.
So I've just had a great experience,
Yeah,
in the 2 years I've been with Zenler.
amazing. So you hit on something quite important there, that Zenler was always built for the course creator rather than the techie. And it's important to us that we do create a tool, a system that anybody can use if they want to and learn, and the resources that we have there. Now, as such, lots of people feel when they look at Zenler that it becomes an almost everything looks the same. And I don't believe that. I believe that everybody's site and areas look different. So on every pro user interview, we go and have a look at what you've created, what courses you've got, and how you're using it just to make your business the unique online presence that the business is anyway. If you're able to share your screen with us and just walk us through, I know you've got two areas. So you've got your courses
Yes.
and you've got your main site. So if you want to just give us a bit of a guided tour, because I've looked at your site and I really love the feel of it. I
Oh,
get a
thank
really
you.
nice feel about it,
Thank you so
which
much.
for me really makes a connection with the business that you operate. It
Yeah.
flows well for me. So let's have a look. I'll shut
Thank
up for a
you.
minute, and if you want to guide us through and just explain to us which bits you're using and how it's operating, that'd be brilliant.
Okay, so I'll bring you to my website first, and that's what I, moved over last year, and then just take you, to take a look at my courses. It's still, a work in progress, and let's see, share the screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see that perfectly. Thank you.
Okay, so um, okay, so this is my services page. Here we go. So here is the my main page, my website. So I've just got, about me section, and oh, this is about me page. Like, where am I? My services page. I'll just show you a few of my services. Like, I'm a I'm an animal communicator, but my love, my heart is with pet mediumship, and I offer animal communication, energy healing, and intuitive reading for the guardians as well. I find, the animals mirror a lot of issues that they are working on with their guardians. So a lot of people schedule intuitive sessions as well. I'm just not really working. I just have a few things on my blog, so I won't show you that. Moving over to my classes. Oh, and of course, hold on, let me just moved it over. So
That's okay. Sites, and
yeah,
one thing I've always
yeah,
learned with any type of site that you operate is there's always something to do on it. There's always something
yeah,
to improve.
yes,
And when I've done these pro interviews before, and I did some about a year and a half ago, and I look at what they've got now, and I'm like, you've come on so far. It's amazing. Um, so yeah, don't worry about that.
yeah. So this is my course platform, and it's Sakura Spiritual Academy. Now I am in Japan, and Sakura means cherry blossom, and that's how I got my name Cheri, even though it sounds just like the fruit. I'm named after the cherry blossoms, and I'm in Japan, so it's very fitting. And so I've got quite a few courses on, just connecting with, your animal communication basics, but taking it a step further, for the guardians who want to explore their relationship with their pets, and other animal communicators who would like some more tools to utilize in their sessions to, get clarity or additional insight, or just, animals communicate in a variety of ways. And if we can use some tools to get the conversation flowing, or just make the experience a little bit more richer, um, then it's a win-win for the animals and the guardians. And so this is where my heart is. And last year I taught a 6-month course on just doing that. And we explored connecting with your animals through numerology, astrology, feng shui, akashic records, and I just got the most amazing feedback. And so this is my specialty, I guess, you could say. And I also have an original Oracle card deck. It's called Messages from Our Pets in Spirit. And all the animals in the deck are my own pets which have passed over, or those of my friends. And I teach a course on how to connect with your pets in spirit. And I find that there's, people hold on to grief for years and years. And if I can facilitate a healing and a releasing of that grief, I feel that's one of my missions, is at this time. So anyway, I'm still in the middle of developing courses, but that just kind of gives you a little bit of, a view into how I'm using Zenler, not only for my courses, but I've moved my website over as well. And my students are finding the experience to be really smooth. They can find material. I haven't had, any complaints. The community session, well, it could use a little bit more improvement, but I see that, happening in the next year or so. I can see just how much the Zenler team is putting into constantly improving Zenler. So I feel that that's coming right around the corner. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Excellent. So obviously you've got clients in Zenler that are buying your courses, maybe going through your 6-month program or whatever it
Yeah.
may be. And these are paid clients. These are not just free clients, they're
Yes,
paid
that's
clients.
correct. Yeah.
So from your point of view as the owner of the site and you're delivering this content, what would you say are the most valuable elements that you've used within Zenler to help facilitate that relationship with your clients?
Well, I really appreciate having like everything together. I mean, I can send mail, when the automations are really convenient and I can just set them up ahead of time. I don't have to think, oh, that's right, I have to send a mail to, you know, this new person who signed up, for this particular course. Um, the the marketing side of things, like I'm just getting into making a funnel, and I just made that a couple weeks ago for the first time.
Excellent.
I have somebody can just pop in there and sign up for my funnel, and that is 20 ways to deepen your connection with your pet. And it's so convenient. They can just, go straight there, download it, and then start working with their pets right away.
Yeah.
So Zenler has just made it so easy for everything. Not only the funnel and for the courses, but your, website, automations, email marketing. It's been wonderful. I'm still learning and exploring. It's only been 2 years, but oh my gosh, there's like, I feel like I only know probably less than half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
But there
do
are
say,
tutorials, so,
yeah,
I'm,
we do say to a lot of the Zenler users that you don't, just because all of the tools are there, it doesn't mean you need to use all of the tools at once.
yes.
It's always
Yeah.
a progressive thing. So, for example, the live side of what we do, as in live classes via Zoom
Mm.
and the webinars, do you use that side at all? Yeah. Have you
No,
explored that?
that's the next thing I plan on exploring. I have a pro Zoom account. So I haven't, it's like, okay, that can be, when it's down the pike. I'll be doing
It's
that
down the
probably
pipeline.
this year's. Yeah, it hasn't taken, it's not priority right now, but yeah, I plan on doing so.
Excellent. Because,
Yeah.
as I say, lots of people use start off with certain parts and then they build on it as they go along. They get that bit done and they get their automations done, which are massively powerful because it saves
Yeah.
you having to go in one by one and remembering and all of those things. And I really love the fact you're doing a funnel now, because
Yeah.
they're really, really useful, especially from a lead
Yes.
generation point of view, as long as you're following up, which is great.
Yes.
Um, and of course, all of that is available within the pro and premium accounts. So
Right.
if anyone watching this is on a free account and go, well, actually, I can't access that bit right now, the pro and premium does unlock a load of new features, for you that are really helpful for you as the creator, which could earn you more revenue. But also, it's
Mhm.
really helpful for the students as well. Have any of your students got onto the app yet? Are you promoting that and giving them access to the app, the Zenler app?
Yes, yes. I know some of the students are using the app, and I think they appreciate the fact that they can access it on the phone, they can access on the go, and that's really convenient. And of course, I've got videos for each of the lessons as well as lives. I do lives and I've got pre-recorded material because there are all kinds of learners that, we've got the people who need to hear the material live and the people who appreciate being able to listen on the go to the replays or access any of the downloads as well. So I do have some students using that feature.
Excellent. So,
Yeah.
Cheri, just to finish off this particular interview, you're 2 years in and you're making, I think, really good progress on what you're doing. You've got two really nice looking sites there. Um, for people that are thinking about using Zenler or are just sort of dipping their toe in thinking course creation, maybe they're in an unusual type of business, what would your advice be to them, having been in this journey for 2 years now?
I just think it looks more professional. I mean, each person makes their own site, so I mean, I can't say anything about other, platforms, but I don't know. Once I took the plunge to go, pro on Zenler, it wasn't just the site and all the support and all the wonderful tutorials, but you get three, different sites for the one price. I mean, I don't know any other place that does that out there. I mean, how wonderful is that? So I've got, my courses on one, and I've got my website, and I've got a whole another one. It's like, the options. I'm just like, okay, what can I do with that? What can I create with that? I think that is just amazing. It really is amazing. And I recommend Zenler to everyone who is like undecided. And you get so much out of Zenler that no other site compares. Because when you think about all the tutorials, I mean, just the tutorials, and also I did want to mention all the challenges. I have a list here of the challenges that I've taken part in. Like I took a part in the Lead to Client Challenge, the Social Media Challenge, the Course Challenge, Boot Camp, the YouTube Challenge. I mean, to take all these different, challenges, if they were courses, you'd be paying money, for these. But all of these and the Zen sessions, and this week I went to a Get It Done session where we just all got on together on a call and we were just working side by side, and the Zen team was available to answer any questions. It's just amazing. No other site, as far as I have seen, can compare to what Zenler's offering. So for me personally, I mean, it was a no-brainer with everything that's included. I highly recommend Zenler to everyone, and I mention it to everyone. It's like, how about Zenler?
Awesome.
It's
And
wonderful.
we appreciate you as a user of Zenler. Obviously, we appreciate all of our users that use Zenler. Every single individual is important to us. So, Cheri, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on to this interview and sharing your experience and what you're up to using the Zenler platform. It's been absolutely eye-opening for me, and I've
Thank
loved
you
every
so
minute of
much.
seeing what you're up to. What I will say for those people that have got this far and are watching this, there will be a link below this video. You can go off and you can look at Cheri's 2 websites that she's got, and if you're interested in maybe looking at her free gift that she's just setting up, go and explore if it's for you. But you can see the possibilities using the Zenler platform. But all I want to say now is, Cheri, thank you so much for coming along and
Thank you
doing this
so
program.
much. It was my pleasure. Thank
And from
you.
me, Kevin Lee, product educator here at Zenler, I'll see you on the next Pro user interview.